A small but venomous ant is gaining attention across the nation. As of this month, the Asian needle ant has been confirmed in 19 states, including right here in Georgia. Joining us now is Dan Suter, the University of Georgia professor of urban entomology, and I want to call it entomology. Dan, talk to us about this ant.
Good morning, Chesley. This story started almost 100 years ago.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the thing. So, this ant was first found in Decatur, believe it or not, in 1930s. So, typically in entomology, by the time an invasive species is found, so this critter is from Asia. It's from Japan, Korea, China, that area of the world. First found in Decatur back in the 1930s. And typically in entomology, when you find an invasive species, you didn't find it when it fell off the container, right? So it was probably very well established in Georgia, and maybe even some researchers at North Carolina State suggested it was probably in a couple other states at that time. So it's all over the Southeast now. It's up the East Coast, up into the New England states, and entomologists never really paid attention until about 25 years ago. So we had several entomologists at Clemson University, Pat Zingoli and Eric Benson. They're both retired now. Put several graduate students through graduate programs working on this ant. And they sounded the alarm back in 2006 about the medical importance of this ant. And it's not so much a nuisance like our sugar ants in Georgia, which is another invasive from Argentina. We actually call it the Argentina ant. But the thing about the Asian needle ant is it's medically important. I have 3 emails in my inbox right now from people who have suffered from anaphylaxis and have been hospitalized after being stung by this ant.
I was going to ask you, is it dangerous because you're calling it a needle ant? Is that because it has a needle that can pierce your skin?
It does. It has a stinger, and but getting back to it just hasn't garnered a lot of attention. It's an ant, right? So who cares about ants? And so its favorite habitat is hardwood areas, the leaf litter. So all of Georgia, right? So the East Coast. Everybody. I live here in Griffin, and I live on an acre, and my backyard is all white oaks. And oak trees are beautiful, but that's the habitat that this ant prefers. And it's about 3/16 of an inch long. It's black or brown. Lives in logs. So when you cut down, a log falls, right, and the bark comes off of the log. They love to get in those logs that have kind of fallen down, because what they do is they hold on to moisture.
Yeah.
And so when you're out gardening, when I'm out, I've been stung by it. When I leave something on the ground, a bag of topsoil or a bale of pine straw or something like that, when I pick it up, I always look, because I've been stung in the past, because they like to get underneath those things and gas.
How do you know the difference? How do you know if you have needle ants or just another type of ant?
That's a really important point, because you take anybody's yard in Georgia, and you probably have a couple dozen species of ants in your yard. I have multiple species of ants in I know to look, right? So there have been surveys of the ants of Georgia. I had a graduate student, for instance, that worked on the ants just at the port of Savannah, and he found 43 species of ants just at the port. So ants are ubiquitous. We know this. It's really important that you get it identified, and the best way to get it identified is through your county extension agent. So really lean on your county agent. If you think you have Asian needle ants on your property, and in Atlanta, in northeast Georgia, is a pretty good bet. Take a picture of it. You can collect one with forceps, tweezers, put it in a little baggie, fill with some alcohol, and send it off to your county extension agent. It's really important to get it identified, especially if you or someone in your family is susceptible to anaphylaxis, because literally a single sting from this can put you in the hospital.
Wow.
It's pretty serious. It doesn't come inside. That's the beauty of this critter, is it's not like the sugar ants that are going to come. You get the sugar ants in the summertime where leave the dog food out or the cat food, and And you wake up in the morning and the dog food's covered with ants. That's not this ant. It stays outside.
Gotcha.
It doesn't climb up trees. It's just, but it's kind of where you find it, it's kind of all over the place, and it lives in those logs. It lives underneath patio stones, things of that sort. So
gotcha.
It's important to get it identified.
Well, from what I know about invasive species, you can't just eradicate it. So we're going to have to live with this.
Correct. So entomologists don't use the word eradicate.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cases of eradication in entomology are really, really rare. We study them as case studies when
mm-hmm.
it does happen. So
mm-hmm.
once something becomes established, you're kind of in the management mode. Luckily there are some pretty good baits that the pest control industry can use that homeowners really don't have access to these baits, but there's some good baits that the ant doesn't, with the sugar ant, you see a trail, it kind of looks like 285 at 5 o'clock.
Right.
So you've got this trail of ants that's a half an inch wide.
Mm-hmm.
And those are obvious, but this ant doesn't trail like that. And so they're just a boring old ant on the sidewalk.
Gotcha.
Until you get stung by it. And then it can put you in the hospital if you're susceptible.
Gotcha. All right, Professor Suter, really appreciate you joining us, giving us all that insight. Really appreciate it. We'll probably check back in with you during the summertime if we start hearing more cases of this breaking out.
Happy to do it. July and August is the time this critter, that's the peak season, is July and August.
Gotcha. All right, really appreciate it.